Hello there guys, it's me Stranger Hydro 9, and today I'm going to be looking at some Halo 4 Haven gameplay by Elamite and provided courtesy of GameSpot. This video is pretty good in a couple ways, and that is that 90% of videos you're seeing on YouTube, Halo 4 videos anyway, are screen caps and not direct source caps, and B, 90% of them have, poor audio. Really poor audio. So I'm very happy to provide this for you guys, and today I'm just going to be looking at this map Haven and telling you what I think about it and discussing this map and just what's coming up on Halo 4 altogether. The first thing I want to say is that this map really reminds me of Narrows from Halo 3. Pretty much I think anybody who sees this map and has played Halo 3 is going to see that even though it's not a direct recreation of Narrows, it's very close. Now, basically the layout of this map is an X or a cross, whatever you want to call it, in that it's a Narrows superimposed on another Narrows. There's a bottom mid, there's a top mid, and there's 4 sides. I really like this. It's a circular kind of map, but it's also a map where it's very easy to get into action. Now, obviously, bottom and top mid are going to be huge points of conflict, and as you see Promethean Vision, Elamite's using Promethean Vision pretty well in this game type, and it's going to be an amazingly powerful ability on this particular map, as you're seeing here. Now, a couple things that as we watch this, I want you to notice. Number one, with the BR, with the DMR, it has much more of a leech-like damage. Like, okay, look how many shots it's taking to actually kill somebody. And look how the shield system, I believe that's, let's see, it is Chi-Town. Chi-Town's finest, guys, for those of you who don't know, saying that we are going to pop on some leech here pretty soon. But anyway, back to the commentary. What I really like about this is that, and this is so difficult to tell if this is just because it's on LAN, but the hit detection is really on in this game. It really feels like the BR is very accurate. Now, what I don't like is that it feels like the BR is a 5-shot weapon. It's they definitely nerfed it a little bit to give players both the ability to use the DMR and the BR, which is a questionable decision, but you do have to have weapon balance. I mean, I'm all for weapon balance. This map, what I also like about it, notice how many little points in this map you can jump up on. I believe this is going to be one of those maps like a Guardian, like a Narrows, that there's going to be a lot of jumps that you can learn, and that will give you a huge advantage over your enemies. So I really believe jumping is going to be back in Halo 4, and it's going to be much more like Halo 3, Halo 2, where tactical jumping was as big of a part as your aim in terms of, how much domination you had, how much map control you had. Another thing I want to discuss in this video is how map positions are going to be, their relative strengths are going to be much more absolute rather than relative. And what I mean by that is, in previous Halos, a lot of the maps' strategic positions came from weapon spawns. Because of the rotating nature of weapon spawns, and because of your inability to time weapon spawns, except in MLG. I believe in MLG they're going to have defined weapon spawns. But because of your inability to define the weapon spawns both in time and type, it's going to be, the power positions on the map are going to be much more tactically based. Like high ground is going to be a huge advantage. Position that you can see enemy spawns is going to be a huge advantage, rather than relative, like in previous Halos, where a lot of the power positions in the map were based on where the weapon spawns. I'll give you a great example on, let's say Halo Reach, for instance. A good instant of an absolute advantage is, let's say, Ring 2 in Asylum. A good example of a relative advantage is, let's say, sword and reflection or something of that nature. Because, or let's say this, I tell you actually, probably the best relative power position I can tell you is Sniper on Uncaged. That's a perfect example because it's not really a good position. I mean, if you take the Sniper off of there, there's no real reason to be there, in the sense that you're fairly trapped in, you're kind of out of the action. Like Health Pack would be a much better, just general power position. But what makes it so powerful is because the Sniper spawns them. So relatively, it's a very powerful position to be in. Where in Halo 4, because of the rotating weapon spawns, I think absolute positions that are better just generally, is what you're going to go for. Like in this map, Haven, I believe top mid is going to be a huge power position just because you'll be able to trap opponents from the spawns. I still believe, even though they modify the spawn system, that if you can control top mid, more than likely they're going to spawn bottom. And like any other Halo game, elevation is a huge advantage. So you're going to have a huge advantage over your opponents in that if you can trap them to spawn bottom, you know, we're talking something like a construct like action here where it's just very hard to rally at that point. But what I do like about this map that allows, it really gives the map it won't allow you to completely spawn trap them, is the four corners idea. This is basically narrows, but they made it where you can see you can spawn a lot more freely. You know, your spawns are less defined in the sense that since you can spawn at each of the four corners, you're going to have a really good team to try to keep the other team completely on the bottom. So that's really good. Narrows was a little bit easier because there's only two ways you can really spawn. You can either spawn, you know, on the one side or on the other side, and that's pretty much it. So if you can control top mid and have snipers on top, you have a huge advantage over the other team. This one, I think the same strategy can apply, but it's going to be a little harder, and I think it's going to have a lot of tense conflict just right from the very beginning. Now, what I do like, what I'm liking in this game is I'm seeing BR, I'm seeing DMR, I'm seeing even some Promethean weapon gameplay on this particular map. And I'm sorry this video doesn't have a little bit more Promethean weapon gameplay, but there's so many videos that have good weapon gameplay, but yet the quality is very poor. And I feel like you guys want to see a good high quality video just as much as you want to see the new weapons. But the binary rifle seems like it's going to be strong on this map. Some Promethean weapons are definitely going to have a lot of power on this map. But the BR and DMR I still think are going to be the staples, the kind of backbone. Right here I'm wondering, this ramp you're seeing on the left, I'm wondering if you can jump up that ramp with a nade jump. I believe you can. And now it's time to talk about something I've noticed in Halo 4 that I'm really liking, and that is that I'm not seeing any sort of health system. Watch the shields. It looks like the shields are absolute like in Halo 3. They say that there's going to be some form of health system. They do say it's going to be different, but I'm not seeing it in this build, so I'm wondering about that. I really hope they just completely lose this concept, because I don't... It makes sense why Reach went back to the health system in terms of storyline progression, just because Reach was earlier. You are kind of a proto-Spartan, kind of like in Halo 1, but in terms of gameplay, multiplayer gameplay, the health pack system was stupid. I did not like it. I thought it made nades way overpowered, simply because nades, if your health was just even a little bit down, would just one-shot you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and you know, now that Halo 4 is coming up, I'm going to try to ramp my channel more back towards Halo content. So I hope you guys like this video. Leave a comment, leave a like, and I will see you guys next time. Hydra out.